This is Umar for BoxNation. It's the day after one of the most hectic sporting moments, not boxing moments, I've seen. I'm joined by Frank Warren. Just run me through it, Frank.
Daniel hadn't been felt he had a bit of a cold or a head cold, whatever it was, in the last couple of days, and he just was feeling crap yesterday. And cut a long story short, see a local Saudi doctor, then he was given some medication, and obviously had to check that medication out with VADA to make sure none of it was on the any ingredients were on the banned list. And then the border control doctor wanted to see him, examined him, and declared him unfit to fight. So he wanted to fight, very peed off about it, but it is what it is, and it's unfortunate for everybody concerned, but the boxer's health is paramount. If you're not 100%, as I always say, don't fight.
Frank, I'm guessing it's just a virus, a flu that he's got.
It's apparently he's got worse. It was a bit worse today. He's trying to get out of here now. He's trying to get home. But yeah, it's and the medication he was given, including some very strong antihistamines or whatever it was, on top of the antibiotics and the other stuff. That apparently one of the side effects is drowsiness. So anyway, that was that. So it is what it is. Very, very unsatisfactory. But when you think about, it's professional boxing. It's about money, but all the work, the hard endeavours, and not just the fighters, everybody concerned. They don't fight, they don't get paid, and he was getting an unbelievable purse. So very disappointing, and disappointing for Joe Parker, who's trained very hard as well.
Frank, this might not be related at all, but obviously we saw Floyd Schofield pull out. That might have been more to do with weight issues rather than being ill. But is there a chance that Daniel and Floyd have got the same illness and there's a virus going around?
I don't know. I don't know what. I've got to be honest. I still to this day don't know what Floyd has got or had or whatever. But I know what Daniel's got, and I know he can't fight, and I wouldn't let him fight. That's how it is. As I say, very disappointing for everybody. But these guys are in the ultimate sport. They're punching each other, and if you're not 100%, you shouldn't be in there.
You just mentioned, the amount of.
I just want to have to say something about it.
Yeah.
The times if things do go wrong, you get boxers say, "Oh, I shouldn't have fought. I had a hand injury. I had this, had that." You can't change it, and you shouldn't do it.
Yeah. I was just going to address that because you know what people like are online, and for anyone...
I can't even be bothered listening to that because they're fucking morons, excuse my French. That's how it is. Anybody who thinks that a fighter's gone all what he's gone through, spent all that money on a camp, on training partners, sparring partners, doing all that work, going away to what, for nothing? To lose. You don't fight, you don't get paid. So, just stop trolling and get a life, live in the real world.
Because everything I heard from him in camp, he was on fire, Dubois.
He was. I fancied him big time for the fight. It was an excellent fight. And Joe's in great condition. It had hallmarks of being a really exciting fight while it lasts.
Frank, before we come on to Martin Bakole, etc., the Ring did report that David Adeleye and Lawrence Bakole were contacted about potentially coming in because they're both in Dubai, a couple of hours away. Can you just sort of fill me in on that?
Yeah, a few people were looked at. It's not just contact. They've got to be in a position where where their licenses are in order, their medicals are all in order, and there aren't any problems. And obviously, there's the travelling issue, and the reason they were, a couple of heavyweights were contacted was because they were in Dubai, which is it's like travelling from Scotland to London, with a plane on a plane.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, talkSPORT have actually put out a piece saying it's a better fight than a Dubois fight.
Oh, it's stupid. Who said that?
talkSPORT.
Well, they're idiots. All right, carry on. How can it be the best fight? It's the world champion. Number one of the geniuses there, I suppose. Yeah, go on.
In terms of...
I wonder who that was. Go on.
In terms of Martin Bakole's medicals, etc., obviously he's been in the Congo. He's flying in right now.
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know. Listen, if he wouldn't be on a plane if they weren't in order, that's been checked out.
as he is in the Congo, we're assuming, he's not been training, etc. But
Got no idea.
Spence just told me he's been in the gym for 8 weeks. So.
I have no idea if he has, he hasn't. I haven't discussed it with him. It is what it is. And, listen, people don't put people in fights unless they're right, if they're 100%. Well, they shouldn't do.
How do you think the fight goes?
I think Joe will win it.
Comfortably?
If he catches him, he will.
Oh, you think he could stop Bakole, yeah?
I mean, look, Bakole's a big guy. He's a big puncher. We'll see if he's all what everybody says he is. When I'm saying everybody outside the trade. Not a lot of people in the trade have that same opinions. I'm not seeing him in the fight yet to determine that. And I ain't getting fooled by the Gerald Miller result, that's for sure.
Anderson, you mean?
Sorry?
The Jared Anderson
Sorry,
fight.
The Gerald Anderson. That certainly doesn't, make him a world beater.
Okay. The WBO did confirm the interim title is on the line for that fight. So how does this affect things in terms of the IBF situation, what Daniel does next with an Usyk fight maybe?
Let's see how the dust settles. Let's see how, it's all been too much to even think about all that at the moment. You've got plenty of time to sort that all out.
Fair play to Joseph Parker. I mean, Spencer was just saying he didn't care who was in the other
No,
course.
he just wanted a fight. He said, I don't care who I'm fighting. He's a fighting man. Can't take that away from Joe. He's got a new lease of life. I mean, he's really, really, he's really up for this.
The pace that everything moved at yesterday with His Excellency, everyone involved, it was remarkable to get this done within an hour, wasn't it, Frank?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity. For somebody 1 minute they're sitting on a chair at home with their feet up watching television or whatever they're doing, and the next minute they're going to earn a huge chunk of money. It does incentivize you, I promise you.
Yeah, Spencer was saying he could probably buy about 10 houses in the Congo now.
Or the Congo.
Okay, so yeah, it's been obviously a bit of a whirlwind. Have you spoke to Daniel also?
I spoke to his dad and him this morning. They're just want to get out there. I mean, they're gutted, absolutely gutted.
Yeah. Just before we close off, a massive night for Hamza Sheeraz. How do you think he was yesterday?
He's very composed. So's the other guy. I mean, again, it's a great fight. It's it's a tough fight for Hamza. He's got quite some good physical advantages, I believe, over Adames, height, reach, etc. It's going to be a good fight, and if he's ever going to do it, this is the moment. This should be his moment. But it won't, on paper, it won't be easy.
No, it shouldn't be. It's a world title fight. So
correct, yeah.
Listen, Frank, I do appreciate your time because I know you've had many late nights, and yesterday would have been that, but a lot of stress on top. So I do appreciate it. And look, it's still a big night. Joseph Parker's your guy.
It's a great show.
Hamza, Zhang, Kabayel.
It's a brilliant show. I mean, it's a fabulous show, and don't miss it. Don't miss it. Riyadh, place to be for big fights. This is it.
Thank you, Frank.
Cheers, mate.
The fight card of the century, live on DAZN worldwide, February 22nd, with belts on the line all night, featuring an epic rematch, Beterbiev versus Bivol 2, for the undisputed light heavyweight championship.
Undisputed on the line.
Dubois versus Parker, defend or dethrone for the world heavyweight crown. Stevenson versus Schofield, superstars battle for lightweight world championship glory. Adames versus Sheeraz, heavy hitters meet for the middleweight championship of the world. Ortiz Jr. versus Madrimov, knockout kings collide for the world super lightweight throne. Zhang versus Kabayel, titans clash for world heavyweight domination. Buatsi versus Smith, battle of Britain eliminator for a shot at the world title. The fight card of the century, February 22nd, with belts on the line all night. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.